As the world wraps itself in a frosty blanket and the air turns chilly, nature swaps its vibrant palette for something a little more magical. Gone are the fiery hues of autumn. Winter arrives with a whisper, painting the landscape in shimmering silvers, icy blues, and cozy deep tones that feel like a warm mug of cocoa on a snowy day. But winter colors aren't just about snowflakes and scarves. They're a psychological journey into elegance, calm, and introspection. Winter's palette invites you to explore the cool side of creativity. So, grab your mittens and let's dive into the beauty and versatility of winter color schemes. And if you're new here, I'm Lisa Marie. Welcome to my art studio. I've been a professional artist for over a decade, earned a master's in art history studying the Renaissance masters in Florence, Italy. And like many artists, I'm socially awkward but love talking about art, colors, and art supplies. A winter color scheme typically evokes the cool, crisp, and serene feeling of the season. It often draws inspiration from snowy landscapes, icy tones, and cozy indoor settings. There are some common elements and color combinations found in winter palettes. First, the cool and frosty tones. These colors reflect the chill and sparkle of winter. Think icy blue, silver, snow white, slate gray, frosted lavender. Next, there's nature-inspired neutrals. These tones are drawn from winter forests and landscapes like evergreen, charcoal, or warm beige. Then there's cozy and warm accents. Used to contrast the cool tones and add some warmth, you have deep burgundy, rust, or gold. The winter color scheme in psychology is often associated with cool and muted tones that evoke the emotional and environmental qualities of the winter season. Here's a breakdown of the psychological aspects behind it. First, there's calmness and serenity. Cool colors like icy blue and soft gray are calming and tranquil. They mimic the quiet, still nature of snowy landscapes and overcast skies. There's also elegance and sophistication. Deep jewel tones and metallics like silver are often seen as luxurious and refined. These colors are popular in winter fashion and holiday decor. Also, there's isolation and introspection. Winter colors can evoke feelings of solitude or introspection, reflecting the season's quiet and inward nature. Whites and grays can feel stark or minimal, encouraging reflection. And also, finally, there's melancholy and a stillness. The subdued palette can also evoke a sense of melancholy or dormancy, mirroring the natural world's pause during winter. And if you want to become a true color master, then go download my color scheme workshop to master the fundamental color schemes. It includes quick and easy explanations of the core color schemes, practice pages, and full-size hand-drawn grayscale art for you to color and practice on. Alright, now let's talk about some artists who truly mastered color schemes and the winter color palette. 3 famous paintings that beautifully showcase a winter color scheme using cool tones, muted contrasts, and snowy landscapes to evoke the season's mood include Hunters in the Snow by Pieter Bruegel the Elder. His color scheme included muted whites, icy blues, and earthy browns. The psychological feel is calm, communal, and introspective. This masterpiece captured a serene winter village scene with hunters returning from the forest. The snow-covered landscape and overcast sky create a peaceful, contemplative atmosphere. Next is Snow Scene at Argenteuil by Claude Monet. His color scheme is soft whites, pale blues, gentle grays. The feel is tranquil, dreamy, quiet. Monet's impressionist brushwork brings a gentle snowfall to life. The subdued palette reflects the stillness and softness of winter, inviting viewers into a moment of quiet beauty. Also, there's The Magpie by Claude Monet. His color scheme here is cool whites, light blues, and subtle shadows. The feel is peaceful, solitary, reflective. Another Monet classic, this painting features a lone magpie perched on a gate in a snowy field. The use of light and shadow on snow is masterful, and the minimal color palette enhances the sense of winter's hush. While winter color schemes can be stunning and sophisticated, there are a few common mistakes people make when using them, especially in design and decor. There's overusing cool tones without balance. So, relying too heavily on icy blues, grays, and whites can make a space or outfit feel cold, sterile, or even gloomy. Instead, add warmth with texture, or incorporate subtle warm accents like a deep burgundy, forest green, or soft cream to create contrast and coziness. Also, there's ignoring lighting effects. This is one that's very common in art. Winter colors can look drastically different depending on lighting. Cool tones may appear dull or harsh with certain lighting. Instead, use warm lighting to soften any color palette and enhance depth. Natural light works beautifully with winter tones. Another thing to look out for is using too much contrast without harmony. High contrast combinations like black and white can feel stark or jarring if not balanced with transitional tones. Instead, introduce gradient shades like charcoal, slate, or maybe a dove gray to bridge the extremes and create a more harmonious flow. There are a few key creative and practical tips for using a winter color scheme in your art. First, start with a cool base. Use a foundation of cool tones like icy blue, soft gray, or muted lavender. These colors instantly evoke a wintry atmosphere and set the emotional tone. One tip is to try a light blue or pale gray wash if you're using a painting as an underpainting to unify the whole palette. Second, embrace contrast. Winter scenes often feature high contrast. Think dark green trunks against snow or a bright sky over shadowed ground. You can use white or near black also to create a drama between these two. But be careful if you use solid black, that can flatten your art. Also, you could add jewel tones like navy, emerald, burgundy for richness. Third, use white creatively. White isn't just for snow. It can reflect light, create texture, and suggest cold air. Mix white with blues or purples for subtle snow shadows. Use different mediums or techniques to add different texture in your white. Fourth, add atmospheric depth. Winter scenes often feel quiet and distant. Create depth with soft gradients in the sky, foggy or misty layers using diluted paint or colors, and cool shadows with blue-gray or violet tones. You can also use this concept in any art, not just a landscape, if you're going for a winter scheme or winter palette. So a background can still have that atmospheric depth with the foggy or misty layers, the diluted color, and the cool shadows. And fifth, introduce warm accents sparingly. A touch of warmth, like a golden light in a window or a red scarf, can make your painting pop and add emotional contrast. Use warm colors sparingly so they don't overpower the cool palette. Think of them as visual coziness. Adding warm accents to a winter color scheme is a fantastic way to create visual interest and emotional contrast in your painting. Also, you can use warm colors as focal points. So choose warm tones like burnt orange, deep red, golden yellow, or warm browns. Place them strategically on a scarf, a cabin window, or a sunset sky to draw the viewer's eye. Also, lighting can be your best friend. If you're doing a landscape or a still life scene with winter color palettes, you can add warm light from lanterns, fireplaces, or street lamps. Use soft yellows and oranges to contrast with cool blues and grays. This creates a comforting, inviting atmosphere amid the chill. Also, remember to highlight human elements. Clothing, skin tones, or accessories can carry warmth. A red coat or a warm-toned hat adds personality and, again, contrast. Just remember, balance is key. Keep warm accents limited and intentional so they don't overpower the cool palette. Use them to guide the viewer's eye or emphasize emotion or certain area. Too much warmth can dilute that wintry feel. Okay, let's review. Winter color schemes include cool and frosty tones, nature-inspired neutrals, and warm accents. The winter color scheme in psychology is often associated with calmness, serenity, and introspection. When going for a winter theme, start with a cool base, embrace contrast, and add warm accents. And that's it for today. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next video. And as always, stay creative.